Right, welcome back, viewing several, to my series, Hands Up, Who Loves a Train Set? Me. So, I did say in my last episode that I was going to go back a bit and have a look at some of the Meccano Hornby stuff. This is obviously a post-war set, so this particular one, I've got several of these. So this one is the passenger set that has a Duchess of Montrose in it and some passenger coaches. I've also got a good set and a load of other stuff that I collected because Hornby Dublo 3-rail this is. I'll show an example of the 2-rail sets as well. But today is all about 3-rail, so I'm going to show the set and then maybe I'll do some bonus material with some of my other locomotives. Right, let's have a look what's in the box. Right, so this is what's inside the box. You get this 3-rail track which is on a tin plate base, couple of straights and so to form an oval. You get these rather lovely custard and cream, or whatever, rhubarb and custard, or whatever they call them, coaches. Now these coaches are made of tin plate, so I think the roof is, the roof I think is tin plate. I think it's all tin plate. You can see there, Hornby Dublo, Meccano Limited, made at Binns Road in Liverpool. Now, the locos are die-cast metal, so they're very hefty, which means they run really nice. Now, when I got this set, this particular locomotive was a very poor runner, but I treated myself to a remagnetising machine that one of the guys from the Hornby Railway Collectors Association builds and sells for a very reasonable price, and you put it in the machine and remagnetise it, and it draws a lot less current and runs much faster, much better, smoother. So I've done most of these locos are old enough, 1940s, early 1950s, to mean that a remagnetisation makes a big difference to their performance. So I've done pretty much most of them. I think there's an older video of mine on my channel running 3 of my Duchesses, and it shows this one running very poorly, but it should be good now that I did remagnetise it, tested the current draw. It was down from about 900 milliamps or whatever to, a few hundred, and then it actually was running well as well. So I'm going to we'll get it set up and give it a run. So let's get the train on the tracks. Okay, we've had some running problems. It seems that the Duchess that's in the set is rather susceptible to bumps. What it appears to be is the drawbar is rather high, and when it goes over a bump it's lifting the tender off the track, and so because we've got these tight radius curves, it's coming off the track a lot. So I've just swapped it out for another one. They've all been serviced and demagnetised identically. So I'm going to run this Duchess because it's the other one mechanically needs, sometimes you have to tweak these things a bit because they don't run that well, because there's an issue with something needs bending slightly, and on a radius like this it's marginal for a big long train to get around this. So if you think a Pacific locomotive such as this, a modern one, you wouldn't dream of trying to run it on this kind of radius anyway. So it's amazing that these things went round these loops. So I'm just going to give it a run. We'll start it off slow. In fact, we'll see how slow can it go once it's started. There's no traction tyres, so on a loop like this, it will you will get some wheel slip a bit on the corners. But you know, this loop really doesn't quite fit on my desk. I've had to put this bit of thing there to stop it falling off the side. But that's alright. I'll try and run it full speed and see if it will stay on. Yeah, I mean the great thing about, the reason I like these is the tremendous weight and sound of the clickety-clack on the metal track and the heavy loco. It's got a real presence going around that you don't get with, you know, like an N-gauge set. You're just watching a train go round that weighs nothing. With this, you do feel you're actually driving something substantial. You can see there, there's a problem there. That coach is getting lifted off the track, the bogie. So the couplings are going to need adjusting. I think that coach is actually the front bogie, the front wheel is sitting off the track, which is, it's the brake coach, that is. I've put it the other way round because I wanted to show it running this way around the track. What I'm going to do is I'll try some other locos for your Brucie Bonus. Right, this is your Brucie Bonus, this is. Right, so I've got some suburban coaches on here now, and one of my, I've got 2 or 3 of these. I've got this is a British Rail livery N2, which was an 062 loco. That's one of the first ones that they did, I think, their small tank engine. So let's get her going. This one, this is another one that I've remagnetised and is now running very, very nicely. So I was going to show you some of my other Pacific configuration locos. I've got an A4, at least one A4, and several Duchesses. I've also got the standard 4MT. That's the 264 tank, which is a great model, and I've actually got 4 of those. I've got a 3-rail one, a 2-rail one, and I've got 2 Wren versions of it that Wren did, one of which has got DCC in it, because they're great locomotives. So this little one, I'm just going to speed her up. It's only a little tank engine, but it's still made of metal, so it's great fun to drive. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up somewhere else where I can set up a bigger radius track, and I've got lots of points, and I've got stations, and loads and loads of stuff. I'm planning to build a 003 rail layout in my shed at some point, so I think I'm just going to leave this video at that.